Right where we left off. Britannia doesn't rule the waves yet, but it does rule the entire British Isles and Britannia. Because that just felt, necessary. I at least felt it was. I guess, technically speaking, might not be, but I also like the idea at some point of retaking Normandy, but I might leave that for now. Unless there's some. No, cause it's just. They only own this bit. So it'd just be. Yeah. Now we're going to keep it at Brittany. It's tempting to go further. Like, I know we was talking about maybe going after Norway last time, wasn't we? Because I have. What is it? I can make them a tribute. Or I can. Oh, I have a claim over here as well. Which I think is a good idea just to go take. Because I want to take all of the islands. Oh yeah, that was the thing from last time as well. My granddaughter, I believe it was. No, my daughter died, and her land, I guess, petitioned because, well, she's got her son. That was the Earl of wherever that is, has died. These ones look like they're unlanded. But then you have the King of Croatia, which I did try to save because they were being invaded by the Byzantines. So I might have to at some point try to help my grandson here regain his lost lands. I'm actually going to quickly edit something because I've just realised. It's there, that should fix it. Yep, there we go. Thought it was a little quiet. And my daughter is still working away down here in Africa. In fact, looks like she's pushed south a fair bit. So hopefully this is going to go well. Jerusalem's grown. It's pushed it well into Iraq and into Saudi Arabia a little bit. So the Crusades have been having quite, I don't want to say stabilizing effects, but they've had positive Christian effects. I don't know how. Yeah, there's a significant portion of Catholicism across North Africa and into the Middle East now. There's a lot of Tengri over here still. Like, we're not really going to pay too much attention over here. I am interested in the cultures though. So the Han is still in charge over here. Yamato is obviously Japan, but over here is the fun ones. So we've more or less converted everything into English. The Cornish are gone. He is currently converting more. We are, yeah, and we're going to keep doing that. We're going to try to convert the rest of the Welsh out, and then we'll convert. Where is he currently converting? Does it show? He's converting down here. So yeah, that should be brilliant for us. At some point, we will probably convert the Bretons as well. But unifying the islands is the primary goal. And yeah, I don't think there's really it. I don't think the granddaughter's going to do it, but it would be funny to see North Africa become English as well. Same with Croatia, maybe becoming Anglo-Saxon because it is currently ruled by the Anglo-Saxon part of the family. Because I'm guessing they never converted. No, they didn't. Ah, so that's interesting. They're doing a lot of just good around the world as well. Oh, we can search by house. That's an interesting one. But anyhow, let's get back over to here and try to pick up from where we was. Head of the Faith, upper. Where the which bit's upper Burgundy or Burgundy? As much as it would be cool to get that for from the Pope, it's a bit far to go fight for. The Duchy of Normandy, however, that would be a good one to grab, but it's not created. Oh, so go for these. Vassals want seats. The council is filled, so it doesn't really matter if you want a seat or not. Can't swap that guy out. If there's someone with a better skill than him, then sure, you could have the job. You're the same, so it's a bit 50-50 on whether it's even worth giving you it. You're a Scot. um, no, I will. I'll give it to my great grandson. Should I? Um, well, I haven't brought mine downstairs today. I can run and grab it real quick if you want. The only thing I can think of is turn the tumble dryer off. Every fucker wants to see it on this council, but no one's fucking qualified for it. I'll leave this guy in charge of that for now. Let's just go. Instantly pay ransom. Okay, you can have it. Um, And you know what? No, I'm not after you per se. I'm after you. Let's go seize this province. Um, yeah, call you to arms. Let's get down to business. We will quickly give people guardians. Interesting. I'll leave that for now. Nicholas. Let's see if I can marry people into alliances. So my grandson is a knight. It doesn't particularly matter. He's apparently gay. So we'll skip by him. We won't force him into a marriage. Uh, how old are you? You're 21. No, you're 28. Um, duh, 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 duh. Now, I'm not sure why any of these are the more powerful alliances, but it is also a bit concerning. Uh, you know what? It's for an alliance. Let's betroth him to that 7-year-old granddaughter. Can we get any any other ones? We'll do that the same again for you. We'll do power. Alright, fine. That one works. Okay. Now, the potential alliance have to wait. The ransoms would be good. Ba, 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 ba. I can lawfully imprison El Robert. He attempted family murder. Let's imprison him. We're raising the armies anyways, so let's do it. Right, so you can go up here. And then, what's his army size? 4,000. Wait, actually, let's go alliances, because he's got no allies in this. Ah, okay. So, with that in mind, one army goes offensive, one stays defensive. Offense, defense. I reckon this army goes offense. Oh, looks like we just shattered their army, anyways. And they are retreating back towards Norway. So, let's send the second army over. The siege is well underway on both locations. In fact, that one is complete, so we will sail over to besiege over here. Or should we bring the main siege army over here so we can get to the capital quicker? Well, she's still typing, so it's a bit difficult. Yeah, we'll bring the main siege army over here. The Holy Roman Emperor and my great granddaughter. Alright. Until we meet again. You don't remember what I did last time? No. The Alt tab. Don't hold the tab, just tap the tab. Right, so you need to restart the game and redo it. So if you go down to open Steam up, go to the Windows icon, bottom left, Steam, library. Not that one. If you go over to, in fact, yeah, that works. Stop and then just relaunch. Well, it would appear that they're trying to retake what I have already claimed. We must stop the villain behind this. Oh, my daughter, the Queen of Africa, just died. Who the fuck is that? King of Africa, that's who I'm after. My grandson. Okay, so they fixed it so it doesn't fragment when someone dies. Unlike what happened to Valencia. Okay. Stop there.
Squirtle, Squirtle,
Hello there, Squirtle.
Squirtle, 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 Squirt, Squirtle, 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 Squirt, Squirtle, 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 Squirt, Squirtle, 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 Squirt, Squirtle, Squirtle, Squirt, Squirtle, Squirtle, Squirtle.
Shit. Oh no, that doesn't sound good at all. You want a hug? I've got a husband. Now, unless I'm thick as fuckus, which I'll admit I am, that's me. Believe it or not, babes, that's me. Now, as a member of my family, hmm, until we meet again. Which one of my many grandsons does not, or sons, or daughters? I have sons. Do not have land. Grant title. You can have the Shetlands and Orkney. So weird. What's that? Oh. I'm confused. No, it doesn't. Yeah, fuck that, fuck that, fuck that, fuck that. Right. Let's marry my kids off. Now, everyone that gets married to them is going to be forced to take our name because fuck everyone else. Now that's a marriage from fucking miles away. Um, da, 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 da. He's finally been wed off. Oh, I know why he probably wasn't married to begin with. Actually, 'cause we betrothed him to that fucking. Yeah, never mind. Are you taking the piss? I just gave him the land and he dies. Oh, what a fragile little. Um, Dutch. Step back. Step back. Okay. I'm not gonna guess that one. Uh, yeah. Marry that way. Yep. Then that should do it. All right. Then Master. You talk about yourself. Sorry. um, activities. Well, I'm going to slay the beast. Like, let's not lie. Search parties, intimate party. Yeah, no. Search parties. We're gonna go all out, and we'll do a bit of a party. Why not? That hunt. Tell me, my future wise one. You know what? Yeah, come witness the future with me. That works better. This crime cannot go unpunished. Guards. Ooh, wait, what's going on? William, the Knight of Countess has accused his wife of having an extramarital affair with her soulmate Duke Q. How could she defile the sanctity of marriage? Um, hmm. Well, arrest her. Hey, Phylon. Welcome back, my man. How you doing? Why? Massive splurge on building things up. Good to hear. You up throughout today? Or has it just been the usual? Spent a massive 5 grand in building up the area. You follow the night. And let's try to slay the beast. Also a treasuring pool. What's that? A lot of people paying to ransom people right now. In fact, let's go over here. We have 11 people in captivity. A lot of them Norwegian and French. So we'll be graceful. We'll do a mass ransom. Let's see who sells now under house arrest. House arrest under house arrest in the dungeon. Oh, what's this? The beast will be mine. You found Raptor X. Okay. Uh, he found tracks. Yeah, let's set up an ambush. Um, it is tempting to do that one, but I don't want my characters to die at all. So we're gonna go with this one, where there's near no chance of me getting killed, because I would happily throw that guy under the bus and get him killed, but no. That's how you slay a boar. Our plans were not the beast sent our trap by the wind. Fuck's sake. Once again, we did not get the great white stag. Da, 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 da. Uh, like every leaf, I quickly tracked down the source of the evidence, spotting a woman standing in a field. This was a distant. You know what? Why not? I've been good. Thank you. Just been doing a little bit of house renovating and also dealing with a couple sick kids. The eldest had an eye infection, which we've had to deal with, um, which hasn't been particularly pleasant, but it's one of those. Ooh, user. That is exactly what I wanted. So let's transfer over to this one. We're going to go for gallons. Da, 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 da. Excellent work. Da, 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 da. Banning everything. It's supposed to feast. Post it here. Who will be the honourable guest? Uh, we'll go for the King of Croatia. Why not? Family members. Well, we do everything just full on. It's a feast. Kids like guardians. Be tutored by me. You can be tutored by me. And then you can be tutored by my son. Well, uh, uh, claim thrown against. Throw her in jail. And we'll go one step further and we will execute her. How should we do it? Better at the stake or beheading? Better at the stake. The feast begins. Ah, no feast is complete without prank. Uh, Alright, let's stop for a second. Let's recruit some new members of the court. Keeper of the Swans. Go for you, you're a little bit younger. And a jester. Now, the issue here is whoever I give it to, it's going to instantly get a disliking to me. But fuck them. Dress up and dance for me, clown. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. We can tell. We could all tell they had too much to drink, even though she insisted on showing us how sober she was. Yeah, make a toast, King Stephus the Wicked. Okay, you're in debt. No shit, Sherlock. Well, I can get a loan from the church. Ah, no, I'm not. I'm not in debt at all. Let's get back to business. Keeps gluttonous, gains lazy, gains compassion. Go with that one. Uh, let's create a new holding. Uh, Build a city there. And I said you could. Give it a month. I can't actually do that. betrothed my grandson to my courtier. Yeah, go on. Go for it. Easy. Go. Nah, keep compassionate. Right. What can I declare? That actually interests me. Jesus Christ, how many fucking things do you have? Portier. Is it Portier down here somewhere? Yes, there. You just have flames everywhere. Ah, you are the Duke of Brittany. That's why. You know what? A little bit of Normandy, and then we'll like consolidate towards the south. Sounds so tempting. Let's do it. Raise the armies. We're going against the French once more. You're going straight there. Thank you. Oh no. Apparently, I've already like just smacked the French that hard. They're 50% towards giving up. In one battle, I defeated the entire French army. Oh, who's this? It's another army trying to fight me. Oh, employ both strategies and let's make chase. Ooh. Oh, actually, that's two separate places. Let's go that. TO. Spread scandalous rumors which plague her for years. Alright, let's peace out the French. It's time to march over and fight the Byzantines. And this time I intend to prevent Croatia from having to cede any land. Uh, the pact is in place. Yeah, let's send the fucking French packing, and then we'll go deal with the Byzantine armies. Oh fuck! Apparently, I'm an idiot. Wait, no, they're already. Why aren't they part of that fight? Smash that army. Well, that is a shame. Safe treatment. Excellent. Right, let's do it. Let's go for the battle. Yeah, you ain't winning. Fuck you. You alright? Alright, I'll go check on him really quick. Probably. Right, I'll be back. I don't regret them. I just got sit there for a second going, well, this is a lot in it. Yeah, but I love you and the kids, and I wouldn't change that for the world. And I know for the fact they're your kids because they're pains in the asses as much as you are. Oh, you love me, really. Doesn't mean I won't like it. Wait a second. How am I a cunt? Are you talking to your game? Alright, then I stand by my question. How am I a cunt? Oh, and thanks for the follow, MJ Stevens. I know I'm a little late to it. I was cleaning up a bit of a mess from one of the kids. Don't even start, you. The worst bit is, for the stream, they just see me giggling at fucking nothing because I don't think you get picked up. Oh, it might have actually. And if it did, I am 100% making that clip. Because that's just funny, isn't it? That's what we do. I'll break the siege and fucking go help the fight. I'd rather win battles over a siege that. Oh no. They got there too late. It was a long battle and costly. As soon as we regroup, we'll go smash their army in one fell swoop. Jiggling like a little battle sister. That's it. No. Yeah, we'll use it for medical reasons. Oh, fucking hell. It is funny though, isn't it? It fucking is. As much as it's tempting to do a big march on Constantinople, it's not worth it. Obviously, I can check that. When I need to expect. Emperor just. Oh, that's the Serbian army. Oh, the Serbs are actually part of the Ottomans at this point. This is going to be one hell of a battle. And before anyone asks, I don't know why. Well, actually, I know why I decided to come and fight over here. Do I think it's a good idea? Fuck no. I don't get out of it. Uh, let's finish this siege. Then we have to go relieve another siege. And another daughter has died. He did have kids, luckily, so there's more disciples to my name. My family tree is actually quite extensive. I think everyone's got a bit of a complicated one sometimes. Right, we're just going to spread out the armies. We're going to gather more supplies, and when everyone is resupplied, we will begin a massive siege campaign. Oh, shit, wait a second. Does that mean I have something to like hang somewhere in my? Ah, that works. It is funny that I have two Excaliburs. I can't lie. Repair, repair, repair. Ooh. Oh, wait. Hmm. Nah, put the war banner up behind me. There we go. That looks good. Letter from the Pope. Where are they going? Are they going there? Then we go to fight. Oh, we're just absolutely killing them. Okay, empty council position. Who is the best for it? You. Straight up. You. Who else can we displace as we make everyone become English? Um, let's keep getting rid of the Welsh, make them all English, and then we can move back to cleansing Scotland. Apparently, we also have someone in our kingdom that's not Catholic. There, get rid of them. No more. Oh shit! Did my wife? No, she's still around. Oh my god! What? She's got everything wrong with her. Why have more people joined this war? Like, here we go. We're just gonna mac. The Byzantines didn't even come to help their allies there, so we're gonna keep going. We're gonna go smack them over here. Yeah, the Byzantines lost that war. Fuck you. I'll send you some gold. Make sure you use it well. Oh, well that's shit. Am I the only one that's able to? Crazy. Where is my mummy Spain? That's cute. And your answer there, Phylan, is my daughter. that was in Spain as like the Queen of Valencia died. There was a lot of instability, and then her son, who is the King of Croatia, seems to have halved it up essentially, retaken what she had. But he's also obviously in Croatia, and the Byzantines keep wanting a bite of that. Where the fuck is Andalus? Is Croatia? Oh, yeah, it is. It's a bit fucky. And my daughter, that was the Queen of Africa, she died, and now Northern Africa, where she ruled, has descended into chaos. There's at least what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kingdoms from it. This is obviously the direct descendant of it, and they've done a merger with another house, which I guess. Oh wait, no, that I can have uh separating branches of houses. Okay. What is the giant lobster below it? Um, that's just a bit of the map art. So I zoomed out that far. If you zoom in, it's not there. I don't think it might be hiding under the water. That might be why I just got completely wrecked a couple times going towards the Crusades. Could you imagine? The Sicilian kaiju. That's it. That's it. Um. Actually, I have a casus belli up here. Sees the Northern Isles. Does Greenland not? Does Iceland, I should say, not fall under the Northern Isles? Oh no, that's its own thing. These are the Northern Isles. Okay, well, you're combating religious right now. I'll just take the island. Fuck it. Oh wait, have I got a truce with this guy? I don't think so. I I am limiting my expansion a little bit. I'm not gonna go like super into the continent. Says that whilst having bits of Normandy and Brittany. Um, I'm gonna isolate to this bit. Do you mean which bit do you mean? Because it depends on who you're on about. Because the Anglo Saxons, they were German that migrated. The Celts, don't know exactly where they came from originally, but they again migrated to the island. Um, the English first inhabitants. The first inhabitants, I don't recall if it's the Celts or like a group before them. I think it's a group before them. But then you had the Celts who migrated to the island, then the Anglo Saxons, the Angles, the Saxons, the Vikings, so on. And English became a um, continuation slash amalgamation of Anglo-Saxon, a bit of Viking, and French, um, because it was after William the Conqueror took the throne and centralized the country and his descendants that we went from Anglo-Saxon primarily to English. I don't know when exactly it became English predominantly, but yeah, that's how that went. The Irish, they're probably your more direct descendants of the Celts. with less influence from us. We did try to um, sort of push the Celtic sort of minority across the Isles out and replace it with English. It didn't work very well in Ireland. In Wales, we basically got rid of the Welsh speaking populace for a long time. Small remnants held out, and that's how come there's a bit of a resurgence in Welsh at the moment. And then the Scottish or the Gaelic, um, because they managed to keep themselves as a separate crown, then integrated into the English crown, they managed to keep quite a bit of autonomy whilst still being influenced by the entire escapade, I want to say. Oh, their capital's on the sea this time. Go fucking take it. There's there is a lot when you look at any part of Europe. There's a lot of history, a lot of different cultures and clashes, and just everything in general. Excuse me, what? Since when did my wife have her own holdings? I guess I'm part of another war now. Now, let's first have a look at this. Right, this guy only has 4,000 men. I personally will lead the army into Germany then. That the Irish were subject to racism and were considered Anglo-Saxon back in the time. Um, I don't know when, or I don't know the specific early history of it. There's a good chance that the Irish were considered Anglo-Saxon because there was a lot of just sort of good relations around that time. Oh shit. Um, so it's a bit difficult for me to say. He escaped. Oh no. Ah, fair. I will say I know that they were heavily segregated and like prosecute be the right one. Um, there was a lot of racial sort of stereotyping and pressure put towards them across the full thing because of the differences, I guess. Where did their army go? Keeps the coast. History is wild everywhere. It's a shame that so much of I want to say Native American history got lost to time because of European settling, really. Because there's just a lot of interesting shit that happened everywhere. Like you look like at like I said, European history being the big one. The whole world have been targeted by rationalism. Yeah, no, you are right. Um, it's quite wild just how different the entire how everything around the world has happened differently and everything. Oh my god! Why is everyone calling me into wars? All right, I'll come to Spain after I'm done in Norway. Or should I come now? You're at war with Morocco. They've got 10k. You've got 26 with me. Ah! Well, even natives destroy each other here in Ecuador, for example. The Incas that come from the actual Peru enslaved culture here. The culture. Fair. Well, at the same time, I guess in a roundabout way, that does show the same sort of pattern that we have seen here in Europe and in Asia, really. Because, well, what you had the multiple Chinese dynasties and empires making themselves the center of it and the key, and then you had the Japanese that did a similar thing. It just went a bit back and forth between everyone. Um, but then you just go down the line a bit, and you get to we'll set here. Um, you just come all the way over to Europe and look at the Celts who were originally in Britain, or the Gauls who were in France. Um, because the Franks were originally, or the French weren't originally in France. It was Hunnic. Is it the Hunnic tribes that migrated? Like there was a lot of European peoples originally were more like steppe or this way, and it was the Mongols, the Hunnic sort of raids and migration west, which pushed the Germans to Germany, the French to France, and just like a lot of this to where it is today. Um, even like the Visigoths and stuff, like you don't really hear of them nowadays. But yeah, yeah, no, th- that is 100% the thing. Like there has in known history, there has never been a time where people haven't been racist towards other groups per se. It's done differently nowadays, but yeah, like the English hate the French, the Germans were hated by the French. Like everyone, and you can go all the way back through history, like the Greeks and the Romans. The Romans thought they were better. The Greeks thought they were better. Like the Romans thought they were above even the Latin people for a while, but then they integrated the Latin people. Because even look at the Romans are actually probably a good point of it because obviously it wasn't racially motivated at the time, but look at slavery. City states pre ancient history, like were believed and in some cases known to have slaves, but then the Romans were big for it. Like if you were defeated in battle, you were likely released with ransom or you were enslaved. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Some people were more open to different cultures and religions, others were completely not. Like uh what is it? Not xenophobia, it's anti-Semitism. Semitism has been a thing. I want to say for about 2,000 years. Like the Romans didn't like the Jews. The several countries in Europe didn't particularly like them. I know for a long time, Britain was like, well, you can come, you can go, as long as you're paying taxes and whatever. We're not going to persecute you and stuff like that. So it does go back and forth. Trying to make moral arguments for the past is stupid. That is the central point of it. I think it was a different world, it was different culture, it was different beliefs. You're not going to sit down and talk to you're not going to sit down and talk to your great grandparents and have the same values in a lot of cases, um, especially around current politics and stuff. I strongly imagine if I sat down with great grandparents, they would probably be heavily against any sort of against Germans for certain. Where nowadays we buy a lot of German shit. But if you go back even further, at some point, my ancestors would probably absolutely hate the French. They'd be completely against it. Nowadays, we joke about hating the French, but yeah, exactly. Like making an argument for or against something that's happened in the past based on your values and beliefs now doesn't translate. It just wouldn't work. Like, yeah, we're anti-slavery now. It still happens. But if you go back into ancient Rome, into the 16th, 17th century, and you have that argument with someone, they're just going to call you an idiot and walk away. Because, well, their world is made upon it. And I'm not going to say whether, obviously, the general idea, slavery bad, but not every implementation of it for the country it was done in was bad. Sounds very sort of sketchy saying it like that, but Rome, a lot of the slavery wasn't built on, oh, you're a different peoples, we're going to enslave you. No, it was built on, we beat you in battle, you can now be a slave. It was, oh, you can no longer afford all of your debts. Why don't you be my slave? I'll pay off your debts. So, a lot of the terminology and how things are seen doesn't translate completely, but sort of still happens. We have people out there which go, I'll buy your debt, but you'll work for me for the rest of your life. Or you'll do this for me. It's like expecting that Rome could build Dubai skyscrapers with their tools instead of Colosseums. Yeah, kind of. Shit just gets wacky when you like go into different sort of ideas and ideologies and just all sorts of wacky stuff. But it's yeah, it's there's a long list of conversation that you could have around that entire thing. Like I like the idea that something changed to make Rome become re-centralized, rebuilt, and then become the dominant power in Europe and then the world. And then we get like fucking space Romans and shit. That shit's funny, but it's just what works. Yeah, that's it. It wasn't very few people made it around about race. The Ottomans loosely did. It was more religious than it was race. But when they captured people from Europe primarily, they would enslave them as ore bearers in their galleys. Or in the times of the Greeks, Janissaries were technically slaves. They it's sort of it's very very loose definition because the Janissaries you took primarily Catholic or Orthodox Christian boys, Greek boys. You what is it? Castrated them, and then you made it so Janissaryhood was the only option for them. So they would learn to fight, they would learn to read, write, and the Janissaries became their own political power within the Ottoman Empire. Weapon. Well, this is the thing. Like, I what was it? There was a thing recently, particularly because of the Ukraine war and everything, where someone said fuck was it? It was something along the lines, and I'm probably misquoting this. Everything's fine until the historian starts to worry, but no one listens to the historian, so nothing changes. Like I said, that I'm probably misquoting that, but there was something like that was said, and it's right. Like a lot of people at the moment, they're equivalent the the events that are happening in Ukraine and that to the build up to World War Two. And the sad fact of it is there is a lot of parallels that can be drawn, but no one wants to hear that because, well, because who wants to actually believe that the Third World War is coming? Trust, trust me and every fucking historian as well. No one wants the Third World War to happen. The likelihood that that'll turn nuclear is just basically guaranteed. No one wants that. That's why you listen to the people that know what they're fucking saying. That's why you listen to the people that actually pay attention to this shit. Guardian, me. Well, hopefully, we're able to avoid a lot of the shit. Hopefully, wiser, calmer heads prevail. But it's also one of those that you can you it's impossible to know for certain what the world's going to look like in 10 years is going to be very different to what it looks like now. We have more communication and information access that people had in those days. The issue with that one is information that we have now, and then, to be fair, is a double edged sword because we can have all the information in the world. but there's always likely someone out there who will spread disinformation. There will always be someone that will spread disunity. That's not something new, it's not something uncommon. It is surprisingly common, and it is something that we have been able to confirm as a thing for centuries. Like, we have um proof of people sowing dissent in other countries that they're rival to, that they're at war with, or that they plan to future go to war with for about 1,000 years. The biggest example I know of would be, I think, I don't, I think it was Germany at the time. It might have been Prussia. We had Prussia, Poland, Russia, obviously Austria, and so on. And the Germans was at war with Russia, so they marched through Poland. But as they were coming back, they spread a lot of counterfeit Polish money, which caused inflation in Poland to go through the fucking roof. It went crazy. No one could afford anything. A few years later, whilst all the economic crisis was hitting, Germany invaded Poland. So, yeah. Yeah, I can do that. 1 second. Am I unable to reach device? Oh, it's ludicrously smart. But that's also a lot of forward planning. I might have to run upstairs. Give me a second. Where was I? Yeah, looking to build things. But that is also the type of planning you get when you're actually not just thinking the short term goals, but you're thinking, what can the country do if we plan not not in terms of election windows, like what can we do in 4 years to get us re-elected, but what can we do if we think about the next 50 years, the next 100 years? You know, when you're thinking of dynasty sort of ruling, when you're not worried about re-elections, you're not worried about image, I guess, is probably a good one of saying, because why would you? You know, you've got shit going on now that you can just Well, why would you worry about sort of being overthrown or not being elected when you're in a time period where not necessarily dictators, but kings and queens were guaranteed. You were in a time where if the king died, it goes to the son. If the son's young, there's a region. Yeah, democracy is creating a type of dynasty, but unless you can keep your party in power continuously, and I mean continuously, um, unless you can keep it in power continuously, you sort of you have gaps between it, don't you? And those gaps are typically filled by your opposition or your rival that has quite literally the opposing goals. So, for instance, here in the UK, I'm gonna have to go more older sort of stuff, not recent. You had the Conservatives, which were always for the upper class. They were for the rich to keep the wealth up there, and you had Labour, where it was redistribute the wealth, or more, maybe not redistribute the wealth, more for the workers. And so the Conservatives would push for higher taxes on workers, whilst trying to make it easier for business tycoons to push their side of things. And if Labour got into power, it would be no, we're going to tax the rich, we're going to ease up on the workers, we're going to put more support in place for them. Both can live together, but they're opposing ideologies, and if each one has 4 years each before the other one comes back into power, there's a very limited amount of stuff you can do. You're limited on national focus. You're limited on regional focus. You're definitely limited on a global focus. And I think that's what scares people at the moment with America, because if Trump wins his, or at least if Trump gets what seems to be the idea of a third term, or completely abolishing the election, which almost seems like he's hinted at, with like skipping the midterms, then America is going to become very predictable. Or it's going to become very unpredictable because Trump seems to go back and forth a lot, but he will make himself a dictator. Where if the checks and balances win out, it will go to the other party and it will reset that 4 or 5 years of, well, we're going to undo everything he did. It's more like a dual monarchy in a two-party system. The major movements are centrist and move from centre to centre left and slightly centre. That's fair. You see, that's the big difference, isn't it? Like, you live in a country where it is, I'm going to say, fairly easy to have that. Who knows? Um, but there is a lot of polarization recently with influence of media and Western politics. With good reason. With good reason. I don't think there is many things going on in the world right now that wouldn't be a good idea to be worried about. hopefully your country finds a balance. But yeah, like if it's following like all of us, then unfortunately you might have a few issues. Multiple parties participate here and win isn't a two-party winning system, so a healthy democracy at some degree. I don't think there is such thing as a perfectly healthy democracy. I'm going to say that. I do think democracy is likely the best um, form of governance, but in terms of healthy, I don't think there's such a one. Like multiple parties, yes, represent the people better. Here in the UK, we don't officially have a two-party system. We have, I don't know how many parties exactly, but the ones I know of is Labour, Conservative, Reform. I think UKIP is actually still a thing. There's the Lib Dems. There's there was the EDL. I think they've actually been disbanded. There's like a socialist party which goes very under the radar. There's the Green Party. There's the Raving Loony Bin Party. Don't ask. They're just a set of comedians, basically. Um, Need more education literacy. Yeah, but that's every country. That is 100% every country. Democracy. It has two big setbacks. Oh, me call to war again in the HRE. You have disenfranchisement. Is it oh, disfranchisement? Something like that. I probably got the wrong word. Where people feel like they're not really connected to the government in any slightest way. Like they don't feel like their vote means fuck all, basically. And then you have disinformation. And the issue with the modern era is disinformation is way too common. And to some degree, you could say that that's an educational issue. But then you have the opposite side of it where you have doctors and politicians pushing that disinformation as well. Like, I think during COVID, there was a fairly um, famous case of certain news networks getting doctors on to give their opinions on certain matters and uh, how COVID was something to be worried about or not worried about and shit like that. But then when it was reviewed, who that who the doctors were and what their credentials were. It was, oh yeah, it's actually just a doctorate in literacy. And at that point, it's like, well, what's the point of your? We're talking medical issues. Why are we getting a literacy expert giving us advice? Now, I'm not going to say specifically that I think that they're the better country at the moment because they have their own issues, but that's why I think to a large degree, China is probably one of the better countries at the moment because they have a lot of people focused policies whilst also having more control on what information goes in and out of everywhere. They past and currently are committing their own atrocities, but like they do at least have a very strong government, and yeah, that goes everywhere. That's not that's that's a universal thing. Straight for calm. Yeah, you know what? Calm's actually decent. Nah, it's currently doing that, but okay. I think another thing we have, especially in the West at the moment, is like in fact everywhere because Xi Jinping is having his own issues slowly coming to light. To be fair, with their party conference coming up, but anyone who when it comes to politicians, um they also look for quick wins sometimes. Get the harpoon. Raise my armies. We're invading France again. Da-da-da. Oh, is she? Has she removed the King of France? Oh, she personally holds the the Queen of France's title now, I guess. I personally hold the King title to England, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, Brittany. Yeah, I hold a few titles. In fact, I have 21 titles. So if it was one of those occasions where you have to announce everything as the person enters the room, I think you'd be going on quite a while. The Emperor of Britain, the King of France, the King of Wales, the King of Scotland, the King of Ireland, the King of Brittany, the King of York, the King of Northern Isles, the Earl of North Riding, the Earl of East Riding. Some of these, I guess, you could just consider it under the others, but it'd just be funny, wouldn't it? And the Blood Father. Well, guess it's time to get a new Spy Master. Oh, shit, I thought your numbers might win out there. I did. No, I didn't. We'll let him get away. Fucking excuse me? Fucking not. No, is that it? You're willing to surrender? Okay. I'll take the child. Oh, you're not actually part of my dynasty, are you? No. Hmm. So who's your liege? Motherfucker. Anyways, let's find a son or daughter who has nothing. Prince Guy of Britannia. Prince William of Britannia. You are that far removed, both of you, it doesn't really matter what I do. Pirate King. Um. Oh, Norway's had a massive fall from grace. I'm maybe being beaten up on Norway a bit too much. Sorry, my giant friend. Is he still a giant? Or is this someone else? I think that might have been his dad that was a giant. Am I being stupid? Was there ever a giant in charge of Norway? I'm gonna stop looking because I'm gonna make myself look like a tit. Right. Duh, 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 duh. granddaughter-in-law is the Queen of Sicily. Oh. Yeah, I do have a fair few alliances. Alliances aren't really doing much for me at the moment. I think I'm getting called into more wars than out else. And a lot of these alliances I don't even remember making, so it's a bit like when the fuck did I ally this guy? Where are you? We roll. Get me a claim. Up here. Alliance expired. Let's see, can I set the focus at the minute? Because it would be good to maybe focus a bit more. Hmm. What would that come under? Divine right. Yes, to a degree, it's probably worth just letting them happen then, because well, that's going to happen in 18 years. Wait, if I changed it? Oh, that. Okay. That seems like a good idea. That's a good idea. We'll finish that because it's so close, and then we I want men at arms. Your son at 60 can marry. Um. Oh yeah, we'll marry into. This is a genuine problem. I have so many marriages in my family to French nobility right now. It's just I am genuinely creating the Habsburg of this Europe because like, can I thingy buy houses? Yeah, that is just the main kill house. There are subdivisions. I click on myself. I look. There are no, they have living members. There are 4 subdivisions of my house. Most of them are within the Isles still. Wait, where's this guy? He's an Anglo-Saxon. He has claims. Where is he? Oh, he's over here somewhere. He's between these areas. Yeah, it's part. It's part of these guys. Yeah, so there's one subdivision. There's another. That's trailing off and becoming part of a different family. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he becomes part of the head of the Normandy house, which has happened a few times where they've just gone into a different house altogether. Another subdivision, another subgroup. I don't think there's many places in Europe that doesn't have a member of my family in some degree. Oh, in fact, look, there's one of the big ones that are just like a subgroup. Oh shit, what's happened to Jerusalem? Oh, it is Jerusalem. I forgot I was still on the house map mode. Um, well, you've fallen a fair bit from the lordly king we put in place. I'm surprised you're still Catholic. My marshal has died. I wish there was an option to do it by duchy instead of by county or dukedom. That'd make it so much easier. Kaiser Peter, I have personal claim over that. There are several claims. Prince William has one over that. Today we are going to the training field. Mounted exercise. I am curious where this is. Well, that's there. Does it show it? Hmm. Oh, and I will imprison you. That is another one that bites the dust. You. Till death do us part. And that, unfortunately, is another in a long list of wives at this point, which has passed away. So, why does this keep happening? I select by alliance power. It instantly drops down to fucking 4-year-olds. No, it's not going to matter who I marry. It's going to look very weird because I'm nearly 200. But I'm not going to wait to marry a child. So no. Um, I mean, they do look quite powerful. One second, I'm sure there's a way. Different. Well, make them all adults. I also don't want them old, so we're gonna go that way. Whilst also being nearly 200. Um, no, you're just a courtier. Have claims on all of those makes me feel like you cannot just be a courtier. You got to be like a princess or something. Ah, your brother's the king. That explains it. That's it. Are you part of my house but not related to me? That's a question. Well, you interesting. Fuck it. Why not? Let's get some of the good genes going back into the pool. Oh, what the fuck is this? Compassionate, arrogant, callous. Compassionate it is. I can create titles. Let's go through and create them, and then it'll tell me I've got too many dukedoms. Thought subject. Commission epic. You know what? Yeah, let's commission an epic. Have a look real quick. Bald guy. Yeah, he's. I'm going to. The chronicle may end more credible. No, just make sure it all looks good. I want the best knights there are. You get a pressed claim on. Ooh, out of France. Why not? His hairline is wider than the Atlantic Ocean. What are you trying to get me? A Norwegian claims. Yeah, why not? Okay. Got to repair a lot of the artifacts at the moment because, yep. No propaganda chronicle. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I told you to tell the truth. Why are you saying it's propaganda? This seems heretical. I feel like I should have you executed. Me and my trusted spear. I feel at this point more like the Riders of Rohan or something. I keep fucking going to save other people's asses. Like again, I'm going to Croatia to fight the Byzantines. What's their army size? 14k. Nah, let's not do that. Would be funny to lay siege to Constantinople, but we're not going to be stupid. Till we meet again. I like the fact that I apparently get a say in everyone's names, even if they're not my kids. Uh, Faust, divide and conquer. Liberty faction. However, my wife has a plan to change that. Trust me. The thing I could tell make him this. Oh. Oh, are you guys at it again? Mercia, Mercia, Mercia. I might try to revoke his titles once we finish this. This one. I should probably subdivide the armies again. Okay. And that's the Byzantine army smashed again. Let's just kill off this bit. Da, 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 da. Alex Guardian. Yep. My granddaughter. I could probably just start sending all my grandkids, great grandkids, whatever, to uni. I'm going to quickly end out the year on this game, and then I think I'm going to call it for the day. Da, 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 da. Hey, they didn't even need me in that battle. That was good. We're not finishing this war before the end of the year, are we? Oh well, we did actually quite good. We did a solid 25 years in this run, this session. It's not quick by any means. Um, but let's have a quick look. Okay, it is a cute map. It's very cool, actually. Um, I'm a big fan of the religious map. Hmm. I didn't realize there was so many religious sites for Catholicism. Slowly getting rid of the Welsh. Got rid of some of the Scots already. The Cornish are gone. I hope by the time we come to moving into E4 that it's all English, but it probably won't be. I know that for a fact right now. What is that map? What's what map? This one. This is the houses. So this is obviously my house is the kill house, which also is the King of Croatia's house. And then we have four sub branches, one of which controls this in Africa. Um, yeah. So this is like the family control. This is the realms. Oh, Britannia divided in three. That's the cultures. That's the culture map mode. English, Gaelic, or yeah. Yeah. Andalusian is still a big part of down here, but I imagine that will slowly get done out. I don't think the AI does much culture converting though, because there's a lot of areas where it could be translated, but it's not. Like this has been able to be turned into Anglo-Saxon for a long time, but it hasn't.